right, tell the camera what you think about life. Like, how do you see life?
Sucks, but I'm playing football right now, so.
Are you going to school tomorrow?
I don't know.
Is he going to school tomorrow?
No, he ain't making it.
This can't be happening right now. Every freaking yeah! Like a Washington, stupid Redskins. I can't take this Lions team anymore.
I knew how important this was for our team. Auntie, chill. I knew how important this was for our team, and just. Are you in this game? Let him handle it. Let him handle it, damn it. Well, let him handle it. Let him handle it. Oh, you shut the fuck up and let him handle it. Don't tell me nothing. When you in the street, get shit off the fucking sideline. Push it on my. You don't push on my damn.
I'm like, bro, Cowboys supposed to be playing tonight. Boy, what the fuck is going on? I got my hat on, I got my jersey on, I got my forces on, I got my swag on, I done prayed to my Jesus, everything, what it?
Go Bulldogs!
Yale Bulldogs.
Oh, wow.
Not so fast, midget. Not so fast.
Midget?
Yeah, little guy. Hey, not so fast. I go with Harvard. What's the matter?
And I had to go back and replay this because what the is she crying for, boy? Bitch must have bet her soul on this game. Then watch this next white lady come up.
You're still alive.
Boy, she act like somebody killed a pet.
Intentional grounding. Offense number 7. It's a 10-yard penalty. I'm talking to America here, excuse me. A 10-yard penalty and a loss of down. Second down.
That is the best line I've ever heard out of an official.
This is what Travis Kelce did. This is what he did. That's Young Jock.
He did Soldier Boy.
This is Soldier Boy. This is Crank That. This is how you crank that, okay? This is Crank That. This is Young Jock.
He did.
This is Young Jock, Brianna. This is Young Jock.
Travis Kelce did Crank That.
This is Crank That. It's not the same thing. Are you stupid?
Taylor Swift still put him on the map, though.
He's an 8-time Pro Bowler, Brianna.
Oh
my. Oh.
What the?
That's right. Bruce won't take the D out of D'Antoni. After all of these years of playing, he hasn't figured out that you have to play defense or sometimes. Deep, but just D'Antoni.
I don't sound like
that. I don't. I mean, listen.
Guys, you know you cannot. Good job, baby.
How about that? How you feeling today? You're live on the air.
You know how awesome the Hawks are?
They're pretty awesome.
It sounds messed up, but it's true. They got black people loving hockey. Ain't that something?
All right. There you
Tell me, say the Dallas Cowboys going to the Super Bowl.
Are you smoking dope? You got to be. I think y'all better leave this place, 'cause I'm about to catch a case.
Patrick Mahomes or Jalen Hurts for $15. Brother Chris, it's all about Jalen Hurts because he got a black queen forever, snow bunny never. I like Patrick Mahomes, but he's bunny hopping. I'm going with number 1. I'm going with Jalen Hurts. Fly, RBG Eagles fly. I said fly, RBG Eagles fly.
I don't know who playing, bro.
Tony Pollard. He's a man. He can do it anytime.
Ain't no way she watching this.
He ain't throwing you that.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Hold on.
Don't throw it out deep. He wants it right there.
Don't throw it too far. Oh, you almost had it.
Man, I hate Tennessee because, first of all, it's Tennessee. And I just hate them because they low down, they dirty, they some snitches. And I hate Philadelphia. I hate their colors. I'm not a dog person. I just hate Tennessee, man. Like, and I hate Neyland Stadium. It looks like a garbage truck worker convention. And I hate all their quarterbacks. I hate Tennessee, man.
Describe what you feel about the colors, too.
It reminds me, it's not that orange that you can stand. See, I hate Tennessee more than I hate Auburn. I just dislike Auburn. I hate Tennessee. Tennessee's colors is that throw-up orange. It's not that orange that you can sit with. It's that puke inside of pumpkin orange. And I don't like pumpkins. So I really don't like Tennessee, man. I can't stress that enough, man. And they losers. They sore losers because they're not Alabama. And I hate Tennessee, man.
That was beautiful, man. That's every other all year. Thank you, man.
I can't straight that. No, I hate them.
Just enough time to get down your fiddle, get down your bow. They hardly beat Saban. Apparently can't beat DeVoe. We're back after this.
Needed some time to get going, and here come the. Oh! We almost lost one.
You got another game. You got another game, man.
Airspace to cover for Miller. Still looking. Firing.
I was about to say, you keep going.
Put on the Alabama shirt. You just won the SEC championship.
You almost said. You know what you almost said.
Let me tell you something. Don't ever let that scarf sit down anywhere. You might not ever see it again. It won't even be a question about who took it.
What's up, Derek? Good to see you here. Let me go through the chat. Culture Invasion, thank you for being a great mod. Please remember to hit the like button. Also, go Browns. Go Cowboys. Reaper, good to see you here. Yo, yo, yo. Jay Walker. Reaper, hit the like button. Yes, please do. For that, I might give you a wrench. Logical Thinker. G Honda. And of course, Derek. Boo Browns. I don't hate them. I wouldn't mind seeing them do good. I'm not going to go out and say start Sanders, because after one game, that's crazy. I want to see how Flacco does first, and then I'll say if he should start. All right, so let me go over my play call sheet. Going to talk about Amari Cooper, John Metchie, the Dallas Cowboys, the Bengals-Washington game, and then probably watch some funny videos on YouTube. But first, let me see. I can't remember if I had an article. I think there was an article that I wanted to save, but I don't think I did that. Let me look it up real quick. It was Sports Illustrated. All right, there we go. I found it. Might help if I share my screen now. There we go. All right. So, a possible landing spot for Amari Cooper could be the Steelers. I've also heard the Chargers. I would rather see him at the Steelers, to be honest. I think the Steelers would be a good fit for him. I think he could probably do well with Aaron Rodgers. Browns stand for Browns. Really overrated. Will never win Super Bowl. G Honda. Never say never. We get in Gabe Davis. We good. Gabe Davis. Oh, he was also, wasn't he with the Buffalo Bills too? Wait, wait, is that for sure? Are they really getting Gabe Davis? Because I haven't seen that. Oh, so they've already signed him? Because if they already signed him, that's crazy. Visiting. That don't mean anything. I would rather see Amari Cooper there. But I'm biased. I'm kind of biased towards Amari Cooper. I think Amari Cooper would be better than Gabe Davis, to be honest. In the works. We'll see. We'll see. Let's see what else. Okay, I think I have stuff saved. Of course, my Wi-Fi wants to act up. Yesterday it was doing good. Today it wants to be a pain. Kind of rude. All right, I have this saved on Instagram. Let me share it now. So you guys can see. All right, we got the Eagles quarterback. Listen, Eagles wide receiver room. You have AJ Brown. I'm going to name off the ones I know because I don't really know all these others. But I know AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, and Metchie. Metchie, they just brought in from Houston. So it's going to be interesting. And AJ Brown is currently hurt with a hamstring injury. He's not expected to play week 1, I believe, against the Cowboys. But Metchie, I think that's a good fit. So you got 4 or 5 former Alabama players now at the Eagles, which I don't mind that. StreamYard has been wonky all week. Yeah, I guess so. It was doing fine yesterday for me, though. So I don't know what's up today. But oh well. I don't know how this is going to look, though, because it could change things for AJ Brown. I'm not sure. They say that AJ Brown's really good with throwing up blocks as a wide receiver. So that's something to keep an eye on. All right, moving on. Going to get into the Dallas Cowboys now. They have a documentary coming out on Netflix. It's supposed to drop tomorrow. Have you heard Odell Beckham Jr. wants to play for Cincinnati? And Trey Henderson was given the okay to seek a trade. Yeah, okay, so I was watching the preseason game earlier with the Bengals versus, you know what, I'll go ahead and get into this. He was there. He's not wanting to be traded. Like, he only wants to be traded if they don't give him money that he deserves. They need to do whatever it takes to keep him because he is a very vital player. So I think they'll get the deal done, but it's just going to get more expensive the longer they wait. As far as Odell Beckham goes, that's going to be interesting to see his return. That reminds me, Derek, you sent me a really good video that I saved on YouTube about players who, what was it? Something with NFL players who fell off after they got traded. And Odell was listed as one of them. We should watch that video later. But I saved the ones that you sent me in Discord. I saved to my YouTube so we could watch. I did that today, actually. But I'm glad you brought up Odell. How would you feel, Derek, if Odell came to Cincinnati? All right. Anyways, moving on. Let me look and see okay, this was Jaden Daniels. This is why I wanted to talk about this. Jaden Daniels and Joe Burrow played tonight in the preseason game. They did some first couple of snaps. Didn't stay the whole game, obviously, because you don't want to risk getting injured. But this was Jaden Daniels.
In front of him, those guys are going to be on this roster. Daniels tap dancing around and down into the end zone for a touchdown. It may be August 18th, but this crowd is going crazy because Jaden just reminded of the magic he has. There was a collective exhale on that Washington sidelines when he didn't go to the ground, including here in the booth. Jaden Daniels showed why he was so effective last year. In front of him, those guys are going to be on this roster. Daniels tap dancing around and down into the end zone for a touchdown.
All right. I think Jaden Daniels is going to be a threat this year. I think they have a great team. They do have one player that they really need to secure because he's another one. I think that's a holdout with contract issues. So we'll see what happens with that. But if everything gets worked out, I think this will be a playoff team, possibly. Are you going live Thursday, Chelsea? Yeah, probably. Why? We don't need him. He's a cancer. Yeah, I mean, I don't know much about Odell. Where did he play at college? I feel like he played at college. Was he at LSU? I think he played for LSU. Yeah, that's his name. McLaren wants to come to Pittsburgh. Now, let's not go that far. LSU, I thought so. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You know, they always say, like, the wide receivers are the divas of the team. I really hate that scenario. I really do. Because it's not all the wide receivers. And Devontae Smith, he did a podcast explaining, like, people don't understand how difficult it is to be a wide receiver because there's a lot of things that have to go right for them to be able to get that ball. So, yeah. OBJ played at LSU with Landry. Okay, yeah. I mean, I thought he played at LSU. I just couldn't remember for sure. Anyways, I think Jaden Daniels is going to be really good. He's a great quarterback. I wish Dallas had him. Oh, well. Honestly, I wish Dallas would have kept Dan Quinn. I mean, that would have been an awesome head coach. This is something interesting that happened after watching the preseason game. Troy Aikman was talking about the Dallas Cowboys and how he thinks they're going to do well. And he really likes the new head coach. I can't remember his last name. Something Scott, something. Anyways, they think, you know, he's going to do well, but we'll see. I mean, I never get my hopes up. But if they don't get Micah Parsons, it's not going to work. We all know that. So now we're just going to go ahead and get into the Dallas Cowboys documentary while we're on the subject. So the documentary on Netflix comes out tomorrow. It's called America's Team, The Gambler, and the Cowboys, something like that. I don't have Netflix, y'all, but I am considering getting a subscription for this month just to see it. But I'm kind of already suspecting how it's going to go because it's information I already know about. But I'm going to go ahead and show you who's going to be on it because I thought this was interesting. All right, you have Troy Aikman, Deion Sanders, Emmitt Smith, obviously. Oh, wait. I always click that instead of clicking this. Okay, Jimmy Johnson, Michael Irvin, and Barry Switzer. I think that's how you say his last name. Jerry Jones, Charlotte Jones, Dave. I'm not going to say his last name because I'll butcher it. Stephen Jones, Norv Turner, Bill Cowher. Is it Cowher? I know he's the Indianapolis head coach. Jim Kelly, Steve Young, Jerry Rice, Bill Carmen. Is it Carmen or yeah, I think it's Carmen or Cameron. You have all these Herschel Walker is one that I'm interested in, and George Bush. I mean, I know George Bush is from Texas, but I think it's interesting having George Bush on there. I'll get into why Herschel Walker is going to be in there. All right, so if you all know the story about Dallas Cowboys, they traded Herschel Walker for Emmitt Smith. They paid Herschel Walker, I think, $1 million for him to agree to the trade. And Herschel Walker, I believe, went to the Minnesota Vikings. And Emmitt Smith was brought in from, I can't remember where Emmitt Smith was brought in from, but we got Emmitt Smith. Now, some say that was a risky deal. Some say it was a dirty move on Jerry Jones's part because he knew what it was with Herschel Walker, and he got Emmitt Smith for a steal. What else was said? There were so many things said. There was an argument between Jerry Jones and Jimmy Johnson over who thought of the plan to trade Herschel Walker. I think Jimmy Johnson says it was his idea, but Jerry Jones likes to say that it was a mutual idea. If Jerry Jones is saying mutual idea, I automatically think it was Jimmy Johnson's idea. I don't think Jerry Jones had anything to do with it, in my opinion. But I am interested to see Herschel Walker. This is going to be one of my main focuses. Like, if I get feedback that the Herschel Walker story is really good in this documentary, I'm for sure probably going to watch this. But I would want feedback about that first before I decide on getting a Netflix subscription. All right, so they did some media for the premiere, but I'm going to show you guys.
After that loss, we get on the plane, and I am just fuming because of the way we played. So the flight attendant starts to serve the meal, and I say, no meal. They don't deserve to eat.
We couldn't eat, man. We were starving, man. What you going to eat? We can't even eat on the damn plane. A grown-ass man that just played a whole football game for you. He was a dictator. He was and he didn't care what guys thought about him.
I want them to expect to win every single time they go out. I want them to be nauseated, to be sick at their stomach when they lose, because that's how I felt. After that loss, we get on the plane, and I am just fuming.
So that's one of the previews. I think I have another one saved somewhere. If not, I can just click on it and we can go find it. We'll look at some of the media clips too. Because the preview was really good. Here we go. Actually, I think that was on there, and I just...
You couldn't talk about any Super Bowl in the 90s without talking about the Dallas Cowboys.
That was our time. Let's show the world who we are.
The legacy of the Cowboys, America's team, is either love or it ain't.
The Dallas Cowboys. There's a soap opera 365 days a year. When I bought the team, I had a vision of what the game could be.
What a read by Evan Smith.
Like the Lurker, they were loaded everywhere. That's why we say by land
or by air, you couldn't stop it.
we just never let up.
We just had that swagger.
We were as popular as you could get.
And that's a beautiful thing.
The only thing else I got to say is, how about them Cowboys?
They were the ones who let the egos get in the way.
I could sense that there was a power struggle.
And then the wheels totally came off.
There's trouble at the top of America's team.
Guns and videotapes.
So-called White House, money, drugs.
I remember thinking, the dynasty's over.
When you got two teams that don't like each other like that, it became a brawl.
Only football families win championships. We were a football family.
The belief that we had in each other went beyond just the game.
After all of that criticism,
The Dallas Cowboys
all of that risk,
are one of the greatest dynasties in the history of the NFL.
we did it our way, baby.
3 rings.
All right. So that's going to be on Netflix tomorrow. Jerry Jones has ruined the Cowboys. Absolutely. His need for control over player personnel decisions is really, I think, what started the whole thing. And wanting to have the satisfaction of being able to say he's the one that won the Super Bowl without a coach having anything to do with it. The need for control is real. And that's why we haven't seen a Super Bowl. And that's why the Herschel Walker thing is such a big deal to me, because the fact that Jimmy Johnson and Jerry Jones had a disagreement about this. Jerry Jones wants to take credit for the Herschel Walker deal. And Jimmy Johnson says, no, that was my idea. And I solely believe that it had everything to do with Jimmy Johnson and nothing to do with Jerry Jones. All Jerry Jones did was the business side of it. And Jerry Jones can't stand that. He wanted to be able to say he won those Super Bowls. And he hasn't been able to do it since, well, I was going to say since Jimmy Johnson, but we did win the Super Bowl in 96, I think, beating the Steelers. I don't think Jimmy Johnson was the head coach then. I can't remember who was the head coach. But other than that, he hasn't been able to win a Super Bowl. Jimmy is the one who pulled off that trade. Absolutely. And you can't convince me otherwise. And that's why I'm so interested to see, Derek, if you have a Netflix subscription and you watch this, please let me know how good the Herschel Walker aspect of this is, because I want it to be so good that I have to see it. Because if it's kind of just, if it's short and it doesn't really get into detail about the Herschel Walker deal, I don't really want to watch it. Because that's really my main concern with this. But it's going to be good. Okay, yeah, great. It's definitely going to be good to watch. Okay, now I'm going to get into some of the media.
That'd be a great match. Oh my God, dude. That'd be a great matchup.
Emmett, and he sees Sean Lee on the other side.
That's Emmett Smith all day, all way.
Larry Allen trying to stop DeMarcus Ware.
DeMarcus Ware don't want to see Larry. Nobody wants to see Larry Allen. Oh my God, dude. That'd be a great matchup. Dez has some incredible leaps. You may not be able to get many out routes, but you may be able to get a few jump balls. That's a good one, too, man. My cousin, Bruce Irvin, he played for the Seahawks. Who's the baddest dude you went against? He said, Tyron Smith, man. He said, one time, man, they put him in the game, and I said, I'm going to go right around. He said, I looked over there at my son, and my son looked up, and I did this play here, and I got ready, and they snapped the ball. Tyron Smith grabbed me. He said, they never have any hands that strong on me before in my life. He put me in the air. He said he wouldn't let me go. He said, I said, put me down. My son is watching this. I'm taking Tyron over anybody when you have a grown man begging to put him down. All
right, so notice they didn't do, as far as I could see, they didn't do quarterbacks. They didn't do Troy Aikman, Dak Prescott, which I think is fair. I think that's a good thing that they didn't do that. Because we all know the answer to that. All right. Here's one with Emmett and Michael.
This is how Emmett came to the Dallas Cowboys. This is what he was dressed like, looking like an MC Hammer.
Had I known that polka dot would evolve into the kind of player and what he meant to Cowboys, I would have bought several suits with polka dots on them, probably.
Well,
money.
Okay, well, here's Dad with that look of, if you all don't get a first down, I'm literally going to kill you all.
That certainly is one of, let's go to work.
You made a lot of money for a lot of people. Put me in there.
Troy Aikman said, damn, I'm in Dallas.
Well, this is like post-mullet. The business in the front and the party in the back.
That looked like a dude from Henrietta, Oklahoma right there.
Without him, we couldn't have had the success that we had in our 3 Super Bowls.
My boy right there, y'all. This is after I had convinced him to come on over. This is the suit he wore when he came over.
As Prime Time said, I'm happy to be a Dallas Cowboy.
Prime. There's only one word. This is prime.
This is how Emmett
I really did not like what Caroline had to say. Caroline Jones is Jerry Jones's daughter. She said some BS with that picture of Jerry Jones. Oh, this picture is, if you don't get that first down, something, something. Like, girl, please. All right, this was good. If JP was here, I was wanting JP to be here because I say JP looks like Marshawn Lynch. And here's Emmitt Smith with Marshawn Lynch, and he's not here to see it. Somebody who has contact with JP needs to let him know that he's missing himself right here with Emmitt Smith.
Back in the corner.
All right, that's contact. And then here's one with them taking a photo. All right, RBN, what is up? Good to see you here. You were something else. Let me tell you, you were something else last night in Messi's chat. All right, what else did I want to talk about? So we talked about the Netflix premiere for the Dallas Cowboys documentary, America's Team, tomorrow. If y'all have Netflix, y'all gotta let me know how it is and how good the details of the Herschel Walker deal is, because that's what I care most about. Give me 1 second. All right, now we can just watch these videos that I have. Oh, this one's a pic. I thought this was hilarious, you guys. One last time. Trayvon Diggs and Micah Parsons. I got a kick out of that. I seriously think, for sure, for Trayvon Diggs, that this is his last year if he doesn't perform well. Because he's coming out of having 2 ACL injuries. And then, of course, we all know what's going on with Micah Parsons. So, one last time. Wouldn't it be something? I'm not saying this is happening because y'all know I don't say the Dallas Cowboys are going to a Super Bowl. Y'all know I don't say that. But wouldn't it be something if their last year, possibly, they end up winning a Super Bowl? Wouldn't that be something? I can't believe you into football. My mind blown. Why is your mind blown? There's plenty of girls out here that like football. I ain't the only one. Turn on ESPN. You see ESPN lately? They got some girls on there talking sports. Ooh, speaking of that, I wanted to talk about this actually. Mina Kimes. I have a friend who works in ESPN, and they said that the other females, they have to have the earpiece, right? So Molly, the one that does, First Take with Stephen A., she has to have the earpiece. I think Laura Rutledge, but Mina Kimes is really the only one who can go without the earpiece. She knows what she's talking about. I think she was a Yale graduate, but she knows football. Like, she knows football even better than me. Last night, let me tell you, I don't know if I saved it. Let me see if I saved it. It could be under my Alabama one, which I don't want to, yeah, it's under my Alabama one. Okay, so I was watching this old Alabama play, and it was killing me. Like, this was an old Alabama game. I could not, for the life of me, figure out what formation they were in on offense. I was like, what formation? Because it wasn't the I formation, and I could not figure it out. It was killing me. I finally figured it out. It was a split formation. They had the two running backs, fullback, running back, whatever, in the back, quarterback lined up under center. Yeah. So I finally figured it out, but it was a split formation. That killed me. It took me forever. I sat there, replayed that play, I don't know how many times. You know what? Maybe we should watch it if I can find it. If I saved it, we'll watch it. And you guys are going to laugh at me probably. Let's see. Let me see what RBN said. I just ordered my Sanders 12 Cleveland jersey. I believe they either are going to cut him or trade him. They don't want him. I think, if anything, they would trade him. But honestly, I would keep him because you still don't know how Flacco is going to do. It could be another situation like what happened with Aaron Rodgers, right? Because, Flacco's up in age himself. So if he gets hurt, I think Sanders should be moved up. After seeing, what's his name, Dylan, is it Dylan Gabriel, whatever his name is? After seeing him play, he had that one interception. He had more yards, but the interception, it just kind of shows, you're not making smart decisions. And for that reason, I think Shedeur Sanders should be moved up to QB2. See how Flacco does. And then if Flacco, depending on how he does, then start Sanders. But, I'm so up in the air about starting Sanders just because he kind of reminded me in some ways of Bryce Young whenever he was under pressure. He would go back, try to make something happen, and then, I think he would get the ball out in time. But it was just some plays where you just cannot be doing that if you're a starter because those guys, that's a sack. You're going to get sacked, and you're going to get taken for a loss. Anyways, back to this because I got distracted. Let me find it. I hope I saved it because that play, I'm telling you. Okay, I saved it. Cool. (2010) SB Steelers versus Packers. I went for the Packers. I'm not going to lie to you. I did not go for Mike Tomlin that time. I went for Aaron Rodgers. They didn't even have, did they have Devontae Adams? They didn't even have Devontae Adams that time. That's crazy to think about. They won't move him to QB2 because they don't want him. 12 is way better than Mr. Entertainment, but the head coach is blinded by the Sanders hate. You know what? That's so true. That is so true. I even said this when he didn't go within the first couple rounds of the draft. I wasn't too upset at first, right? Because right off the bat, you could understand what was going heavy. You had your offensive linemen, like they went the most first round. So I wasn't too upset about it. You've seen defensive linemen, and then you also seen, I think, tight ends. So I wasn't too upset about it. But then as it kept going, I knew it was something shady. And there were talks that there was an agreement to make him wait. And the shocked look on the Browns' faces when the call came in for them to draft him, that explained the reaction because they weren't expecting to even get him when they got him. But yeah, the whole thing, shady. All right, let's watch this play. I just gotta share my screen. Mm-hmm.
And 40. They'll get a ball hit. They have no timeout remaining. Yes, they've got to be around the 40 for Van Tippen to have at least a shot at it. Got to go to the sideline. They have no timeouts. If he throws it down the middle, it won't help a lot. Hutchinson's got it. He got to get out of bounds, and he does at the 35. And 6 seconds to play in the ball game.
All right, hold on, wait for it to start over. And I'll show you guys the formation. Actually, forget that. I'm just going to do this. I don't need to see him kick the field goal again. Okay, see? You got the two right there, split formation. The quarterback was lined up under center. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was split formation. But that took me forever to figure out. And it was irritating me to no end. Because I was like, what formation is this? All right. Now we can watch some other videos. Good night, y'all. Catch what I missed in the AM. Night, Jay Walker. Thank you for listening. Replay gang. Thank you. If you're part of the replay gang, make sure you like the video and leave a comment. All right, this Carolina Panthers one was funny. So, y'all remember the Duke fan I told you about that I can't stand? This is his cousin. His cousin plays for the Carolina Panthers.
Oh, man, it was just something that I shouldn't have did. And that ain't supposed to have them in a football game. So I feel like I owed the fans an apology.
Were you kind of in disbelief that it was even happening in the moment?
No, I wasn't in disbelief. I knew what was going on. But they ain't supposed to have. He ain't say nothing. We ain't had no exchange of words. It was just, well, how? Yeah. Oh, man, it was just something that I shouldn't have did. And that ain't supposed to have them in a football game. So I feel like I owed the fans an apology.
Were you kind of in disbelief that it was even happening in the moment?
No.
Y'all, he was beating some butt on that field. He ain't give no dang about who he was hitting. He didn't care. He just wanted to get his shots in. I thought that was hilarious because it reminded me of this one video. Let me play it again.
I have never seen anything like that in my life. Oh. Well, that was the Miller. Watch this, George. BAM!
Damn.
What the?
He bought that line.
I've never
Boy,
seen
quick.
Oh, no.
Oh, shit. I see Reggie Bush.
Yeah. He was about that life. I can't remember his name. Xavier? Is his name Xavier? Yeah, Xavier. He was about that life. He's actually from South Carolina, not Louisiana. But it does sound similar, doesn't it? Pretty sure he's from South Carolina. Let me look. I'm going to Google it. Well, here. Is his name Xavier? I can't say his last name. I'll try to say it too proper, and it won't be right. Xavier. Yeah, he's from South Carolina. I thought so. Because like I said, that's that Duke fan that I told you guys about. That's his cousin. Anyways. Ooh. I wanted to talk about this. Did y'all see Russell Wilson? He is from South Carolina, my bad. Yeah. But he does. Okay, so when I first heard him, I thought he was from Louisiana too. And then whenever I was talking to old Duke boy, that's when I found out that that was his cousin and he's from South Carolina. So I never even would have known he was from South Carolina if it wasn't for that. Because I was like, oh, the guy with the Louisiana accent? He's like, no, he's from South Carolina. I think his people speak, I don't know what that word is. I don't know what that is. All right. Here's Russell Wilson. He's still got it. He's still got an arm on him. That time he was with the Broncos, it wasn't like that. The Steelers, he did good. Now this was great.
The two-time Pro Bowler on that front. Wilson to throw. Oh, plenty of time. Deep ball. Bo Collins. Can he chase it down? He does. And Collins knocked down at the one. Two-time Pro Bowler on that front. Wilson to throw. Plenty of time. Deep ball. Bo Collins. Can he chase it down? He does. And Collins. Williams, the two-time Pro Bowler on that front. Wilson to throw. Plenty of time. Deep ball. Bo Collins. Can he chase it down? He does. And Collins knocked down at the one. Two-time Pro Bowler on that.
Great work. The whole play. That was great work. So I guess Brian Daboll? I know he has connections with Alabama, but anyways, guess Russell Wilson is doing good there. I don't know why he couldn't do well under Sean Payton, but he's doing good everywhere else because I think he did decent with the Steelers, like I said. Now with the Giants, so it's going to be interesting. I think they did list him as QB1, and Jackson Dart, who came from Ole Miss, who they drafted, is QB2 and is going to learn under Russell Wilson, which I think will be great. But Jackson Dart has been doing great himself. They say he's a threat. He's going to be a threat coming up. I don't know if I have any plays with him. I feel like I saved something from him. Maybe this is it.
Two-time Pro Bowler on that front. Wilson.
No, that was the Wilson play again. I saved that twice. I must have really liked that play because for me to save that twice, man, I don't have anything with Jackson Dart, but I know he's doing good. What's this? Okay. Did y'all see? I know that this is just preseason, right? But this is unacceptable. something's going on with those coordinators. Something ain't right with one of the coordinators for the Bills, because there is no reason why it should have been like that. No excuse. 38-0. I mean, that's just not right in my eyes. I think it's very telling for the defensive coordinator. I think it's very telling for the offensive coordinator all around. And I think, if memory serves me right, the Bills Buffalo coach, what's his name? I don't remember his name. But I think his job was in question. His job, who else? For sure, Nick Sirianni. I will never forget Nick Sirianni, because that one cracks me up. They were ready to fire after the Atlanta game with the Kellen DeBoer, that's Alabama. What am I saying? Kellen Moore. With the Kellen Moore offensive coordinator play call when Barkley dropped the ball and they ended up losing the game. Man, they said fire him. They were ready to have him gone, and they turned around and won the Super Bowl. But there's something right with this. Thank you for the B-Day shout out. Yes, of course. I want to start doing that. Michael Love, I want to start putting people's birthday month in the banner so everyone can be acknowledged. Sierra was to blame for him when he... Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy. And G Honda, you shouldn't be complaining, because they actually did good. They actually did surprisingly well. Now, I will say they did lose to the Dallas Cowboys. I will not forget that. But they actually did pretty well. So I don't know why you're complaining about Sierra to blame. But the only one I think he had trouble with was with the Broncos under Sean Payton. That was just not a match. That was not a match for him at all. So it'll be interesting to see how Sean Payton does this year, because I think his job's going to be on the line if he doesn't perform better as a head coach. It's just different, right? It's different when... There I go, dropping my mouse. Hold on, guys. All right. Oops. What was I saying? Oh, it's just different when you don't have the quarterback coach dynamic. We've seen it with Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. You've seen it with that former Jets head coach who is now a sports analyst for ESPN. What's his name? Why can't I think? I can't think of his name. But he has the weird looking teeth. But yeah. The standard. Wait, what'd you say? The standard is the standard. My fantasy football draft is next week. I'm picking 6. Thinking of taking a RB first already. Have a QB. I'm in a keeper league. You know, I got Lamar. Ooh, Lamar's good. I think Lamar's a good pick. You know, my dad. Let me tell you what my dad told me. So, my dad said, Chelsea, don't do it, not even for fun. Like, definitely not sports betting, but not even for fun. He said, Chelsea, do not do it because you're too biased to your team. And I'm biased to the players that I like. And it would be hard for me to go against them. So, yeah, I can't do nothing like that. But I do help my friends with theirs, and they do really well. I will say that. But me personally, I can't do it. You know, speaking of my dad, I finally found that video that I wanted to show you guys, because this is me with my dad. I'll see if it'll play. Y'all, I might have to get my glasses because I can't see nothing. I think I saved. Okay, here it is. This is me with my dad.
Her daddy did everything for her. You're already laughing. Oh, all I hear at my house, my father, my daddy. Oh, you don't know how to do it? My daddy does. My daddy knows. My daddy knows how to do everything better than you. Oh, if my daddy would have done that shelf, it would have come out better, my daddy. I asked her, I'm like, hey, baby, how come you don't wash your car? My daddy would never allow me to wash the car. How come you don't take out the trash? Ah! These hands have never touched trash. My father would not allow me to touch trash. I go, that's good, baby. Can you make me a sandwich? I'm not your mother. Well, my mother would never allow these hands to make a sandwich. It's true. I'm a mommy's boy. I still go home to this day so that my mom can make me a sandwich. And it's the best damn sandwich on planet Earth.
All right. That's me. Yeah, that's hilarious. I sent that to my dad, and he said, I still have that screenshot because I screenshotted it. I'm very sentimental over my text messages with my dad. And whenever I sent that to him, he said something like that. He's like, that's hilarious. That's so true, though. Hit the Cash App. Hit the Cash App. Hit the Cash App donations. Okay, let me look. I've got to put you in the banner. Let me add you to the banner. Sorry, guys, I'm typing. All right, and I got a drop for you since you hit the Cash App. RBN. Let me find my drop because I'm so excited when I get to play my drop. Hopefully it plays. I'm going to play it like 3 times to make sure it plays. Okay, let's play it again. Okay, we're gonna play it again. And again. Why? I got a cool drop and it don't want to act right. I ain't having that. Maybe if I do this, hold on. I'm going to close this tab and play it again. I think it's just my StreamYard today. It was doing so good yesterday. StreamYard be tripping. Love the clip though. Thanks, CIP. Let's try it again, okay? Because I'm very, very sentimental. I'm risking a, copy you know what Fifth time's the charm, y'all. Fifth time's the charm. We're going to play it again. There you go. It played for me. I hope it played for y'all. That many times? Dang. It should play. All right. Let me go back now. In a minute, I want to go through the stuff that Derek sent me in the Discord because he sent me some good stuff. But first, I want to see whatever this is from my Instagram.
They do. Passing. It's intercepted. It's Peters, the rookie. He's going to take it home for the touchdown. The Falcons. Ryan looking deep for Jones, and it is intercepted. Joe Hayden, who's one of the very, very best cover guys in the NFL. Running backs. Aired out. Garcon and picked off. Intercepted by Earl Thomas. The Pittsburgh 20. Roethlisberger hooks a pass high. It's intercepted. Reggie Nelson has got it for Cincinnati. Nelson looking for some blockers, working the sideline. Nelson breaks a tackle. Nelson still going, and
John has it, throws, and it's intercepted by Richard Sherman. He's going down the sideline. He has followers, and not just on Twitter. Touchdown Seahawks.
Are they going to bring?
I love the cornerback position. That's probably one of my favorites to watch. Chelsea Lynn, would you be excited if the Cowboys picked up Sanders from waivers or trade with the Browns after this week? Ooh, that's a good question. I would be very excited. I originally wanted him to come to the Dallas Cowboys, actually. So I would be very excited if they were to get Sanders. And another thing, too, is I really wanted Deion Sanders as a head coach. But they picked who they picked. I don't even know this guy's name. Scotch and I or something weird. But I was kind of bummed when they didn't go with Deion, but it is what it is. It's not surprising. You know, that's how it goes with Cowboys. But that is a very good question, Project Leroy. I love that question. I think he would be a good fit. Ooh, I'm glad I wanted to talk about this. So Isaiah Bond, he was actually at Alabama. He transferred to Texas, obviously. And then he got caught up in a SA case. Somebody brought charges against him. He was cleared of those charges. I'm so glad about that. But it just stinks that it affected his ability to get the draft that he deserved. He missed out on that. And that that is so unfortunate. This is why I hate those cases. I cannot stand women who do these types of actions. It's just playing with people's lives. But anyways, cleared of the charges, getting signed to the Browns. So now he's going to be a wide receiver for the Cleveland Browns. I'm super hyped about that. I think if Sanders was to stay, this is a good match for him. But moving on. White Chops salute. Hello, Ty Pro. I believe I saved some Lions stuff for you. So these are the top running backs. You have, okay, I never can say his name. Is it Bijan Robinson? I always want to call him BJ Robinson because there was a running back from Alabama, BJ Robinson, who is with the Washington Commanders, though. Anyways, I think these are two different guys, obviously. You got Jahmyr Gibbs for the Lions and then Saquon Barkley for the Eagles. Those are your TR. I can't talk, y'all. Tier. Anyways, y'all know what I mean. Top tier. It's tier. Okay, top tier. This is your top tier, number 1, running backs. I can't say the word if I don't say top tier. Okay, top tier 2 running backs. Derrick Henry. I'm a little hurt. They put Derrick Henry at 2. What do y'all think? I'm ready to raise some heck over this. I don't agree with it. Derrick Henry, 1. Because wasn't it Saquon Barkley and then Derrick Henry with the most yards this past season? Y'all, I might have to sneeze. Hold on. Say bless you. All right, I'm back. Did you all say bless you? You have all these other guys. Josh Jacobs, former running back for Alabama. He was at the Raiders and now with the Green Bay Packers. And then top tier 3. You have McCaffrey. I'm not mad at that. I think he belongs there. I think he's close to the end of his career. He's had multiple injuries. What'd you say? Chelsea, you got snot on your lip. You lying. I'm gonna be nice. I'm not gonna call you names, but you lying. Bless you though. Thank you. That's all I needed was the bless you, but you had to be extra and say all that mess. Anyways, Christian McCaffrey, Booger Bay. Y'all, I should have muted it and I should have just went off camera. I should have never said I had to sneeze because now look at y'all picking on me. Leave my nose alone. Okay. But back to Christian McCaffrey. She's smiling. I do that from time to time. But Christian McCaffrey, y'all remember how he was towards the Dallas Cowboys. You know what? Hold on. I'm going to tell you what I think. Because I still got text messages from me and my dad. Hold on, you guys. I'm trying to find it. Stop. All right, here. I got the text messages pulled up from me and my dad. This is when we had, what was his name? Brett Meyer, something like that, as a field goal kicker and kept missing all those field goals. Well, I sent my dad this funny video. I need to put this on my files so I can play it for you guys. But you guys probably can't see. So sent that to my dad about the field goal kicker. And then my dad says, Dak, 2 interceptions. My, he's looking as good as the kicker. And then I said, I just need the defense to hang in there and stop the 49ers run game because Christian McCaffrey was running all over us. This has been the issue with the Dallas Cowboys for I don't know how long now. Because it was Christian McCaffrey and then it was the one running back that was at Green Bay. Can't remember his name. Something with an A. Aaron something. Was it Aaron something? If you guys know what I'm talking about, comment his name. Aaron Jones. Maybe it was Aaron Jones. Let me know if I'm right on that. But anyways, that Christian McCaffrey, I don't wish nothing bad on anybody. I hope they do good. But at a certain point, you just know this is when they start to get to the end of their career. G Honda been punching kids in the throat all day. What are you talking about, Ty Pro? Let me tell you guys what G Honda did today over in his live. You guys, you can go like, subscribe, and comment to G Honda's channel. But let me tell you what he did. So Mr. Walker was there, right? Mr. Walker was just having fun, not doing nothing wrong. He made some comment about G Honda put quinoa in your salad and it will help your hair grow. And he timed Mr. Walker out. Can you believe that? He timed him out. And you know what is the icing on the cake about this? Not only did he time Mr. Walker out, but he also timed him out when he has a wrench. Why'd you even give him a wrench if you're going to time him out? I'm still over there and I don't have a wrench. Can you believe that? Lies. I didn't do anything. You timed him out and Repink can vouch for me on this. Repink, Rain, who else? Mr. Walker himself. So don't be trying to say that's lies. He's sensitive about hair growth. You know what? And G Honda, you shouldn't be. Bald heads matter too. Okay? There's nothing to get upset about. You didn't have to time him out. Could have just laughed. You could have just had fun. G Honda sensitive about his milk. Take me out. I'm done. Cut the show. That's hilarious, CIP. That is hilarious. The milk. Y'all remember on Cree, he said something to me about milk and honey baths. Which, you know what? I mean, I've never tried it, but that does kind of sound kind of soothing, right? Like, I mean, I'm sure I would have to look at the benefits. But, yeah, that's not, I don't know. The only thing is I'm afraid of it being sticky. My hair's silver, but I got some. You want to finish what your sentence is? Silver hair matters too. My dad, I gave him gray hair. But my dad is handsome. He went and bought a pound of quinoa. Y'all. Bro. Y'all, that is. Oh man, that is funny. I did laugh and accidentally timed him out. Gianna, now who lied? Now who's lying? That's why I sent that milkman drop. Oh man. I need to save that. Okay, Typro, I'm gonna save that for one of my drops, like Cree did. Silver lives matter. You know who did give me a good drop? Wolfpack. Shout out Wolfpack. Let me see if I can find it. I didn't save it. I meant to save it, and I still didn't save it because that's just how I am. Let me go through our messages here. I hope I can find it because it was funny. Is this it? Oh, I found it, you guys. Okay, this is from Wolfpack. Shout out Aaron Laura. If y'all know, you know. Let me share my screen again. I got some grays in my beard. Like 8 of them. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Shows wisdom. Nothing wrong with the gray in the beard. Bro, I've been cursed with gray hair all my life since 16. You know, I had a friend. She had gray hair, a few gray hairs, and she dyed her hair regularly. But I thought, man, girl, you're crazy, tripping over these gray hairs. Like, you can't even notice them. But now I get it. As I get older, I start to understand. But nothing to be ashamed of. It's a sign of wisdom. Let's see. Erin is my baby. She's so silly. I love Erin. I gotta get up early. Peace out, gang. Later, Ty Pro. Thanks for stopping by and dropping those funny comments because that was hilarious. I needed a good laugh from you and CIP. Yeah, Erin is awesome. I put her as a mod, but she hasn't showed up here yet. I need to let her know that she's a mod here. She doesn't care about football, though. So whenever I do different types of lives that I know she would probably be interested in, I need to let her know so she can come over here. Anyways, moving on. Probably go to my YouTube now and watch some of the stuff that Derek sent me. I'm always worried that YouTube is not going to work as well as Instagram. But it did good yesterday, so we'll see how it does today. I don't know if Derek's still here. So I might not want to watch all of it. Okay. Share my screen.
the most heartbreaking player in NFL history, gone before his career even started. He was Demetrius Metchie Walker. His story breaks your heart. Metchie was once Michigan's most promising football talent. In high school, he racked up 3 sacks and 2 forced fumbles against Monroe, catching the attention of scouts nationwide. But life hit hard. In 2021, what started as a swollen knee turned into a devastating diagnosis: rare bone cancer. Doctors told him he'd never play again. Eventually, he lost his leg. His dream was gone. But Michigan head coach Jim Harbaugh didn't turn away. Instead, he brought Metchie into the Michigan family. In September 2022, Metchie joined the locker room, wore his own number, 45 jersey, attended team meetings in a wheelchair pushed by Harbaugh, and even took part in a ceremonial kickoff. The team saw him as a true brother. Everyone called him a warrior. Despite the pain, Metchie cherished every moment. His mom said it was the happiest he'd been in his final months. Sadly, it didn't last.
What happened to Landon Collins, the 5-star recruit who committed to Alabama?
All right. So I still stand on my comments about Harbaugh. I don't really respect him for what he did with the cheating. I think he knew what he was doing. He was on the risk of losing his job at Michigan. So he just figured, hey, I'll cheat. This is most likely my last year, and then just go to the NFL. I think this was his plan, right? But I do respect him for things like this. And he did make comments like, I know he's a man of faith. So there's certain things that I respect. But it's unfortunate that it's now going to hurt his reputation. People are going to look at you differently. But seeing this, Derek sent this in the Discord. Seeing this, it did make me think of there are some good things about people and there's some bad things about people. That's just the case for everybody, right? All right, this was something else.
What happened to Landon Collins, the 5-star recruit who committed to Alabama despite his mom wanting him to commit to LSU? For starters, Collins grew up getting coached by his father, Tom Collins, leading to an impressive career at Dutchtown High School in Louisiana. As a senior, he was ranked as the best safety in his class. Collins eventually chose to play college football for Alabama Crimson Tide over LSU, recording 122 solo tackles through his career at Alabama. He decided to enter the 2015 NFL Draft after his junior season, getting drafted in the 2nd round by the New York Giants, and was even named to 3 Pro Bowls with the Giants. After recovering from a right forearm injury, the following year, Collins would sign a 6-year, $84 million contract with the Redskins. After a successful stint with the Redskins, he was placed on injured reserve, returning to the New York Giants in 2022. And it seems that Collins and his mom, Miss Justin, has grown closer despite Collins' decision to play at Alabama over LSU.
I remember this. I remember the viral clip of him choosing to go to Alabama over LSU. If you guys don't know the history, it's deep. People get so heated over that. And his mom was extremely upset when he chose Alabama. I think there was another one too. I can't remember who it was. People wondered the same thing about Devontae Smith because Devontae Smith is from Louisiana. He chose to go to Alabama over LSU, and he thought many people would be against him for that, but they supported him. But this is a case where even his own mom was not happy with him. Let's see. Gonna get another video from my playlist. I have it all separate. Well, I'm gonna go here. I just want to go to my playlist. Watch some funny videos.
Save hundreds. Could you look away?
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Performing on the biggest stage in the world was just one step in my journey.
How many ads there gotta be? Can I skip it? Yeah. Cool.
The Seattle defense. And Cam Newton doesn't like what he sees.
Well, it's the second time I think they've waited so long trying to take time off the clock. But by the time they get the play and they get up to the line of scrimmage, there's only 3 seconds left on the play clock. And obviously, Cam Newton is not pleased.
Stewart and Simmons are the safeties. to lead there at the top of your screen, covering 2nd down and 6. More Lynch. We've seen a lot already. Into the pile he goes, trying to dig his way. Wolf among them, a couple down there, and Pecco with his hands right around his ankles. Oh, we have a fight on the other side. Look at this. After Crabtree, helmet's being thrown. Talib grabbed it off. Referee is down, and look at holding on to his ribs.
That started with the block. That was Crabtree on Aqib Talib. Remember, there's some history between these two guys, and I think that's really where the fight started. Crabtree actually blocks him.
Look, we have another one right here.
Look at this.
Oh, the swing right
this
there.
Is crazy because now you're going to get ejected from the game. I mean, this is just selfish. When your own self-interest are more important than the team, then you put yourself and your team at risk. And that's terrible.
Seasons.
Okay, but that made for some good entertainment. Let's go back because that was funny to me.
Crabtree actually blocks him.
Look, we have another one right here.
Look at this.
Oh, the swing right
this
there.
Is crazy because now you're going to get ejected from the game. I mean, this is just selfish. When your own self-interest are more important than the team, then you put yourself and your team at risk. And that's terrible.
Season's Week 17 meeting in Denver. Aqib Talib and Crabtree got into it, and he took that gold chain and ripped it off his neck, snapping it in half. And then moments ago, here's what happened.
Yeah, take this. Look, watch this block. Look, and it doesn't stop there.
Wow.
I mean, you just knew that this was going to happen.
Crowd is juiced up. On 3rd down, Roethlisberger tosses it too high for Le'Veon Bell.
Well, watch this play by Antonio Brown. Roethlisberger looking the other way, but this frustration here is going to boil over to the sideline. This is a first-class temper tantrum thrown by Antonio Brown. Trying to get cooled down by offensive coordinator Todd Haley. Pulls away from Haley. Competitive, but you've got to be a little bit more under control on the sidelines.
The Antonio Brown ones are hilarious to me. G Honda, if you're still here. Here's your Antonio Brown. He robbed him of his chain on the field. Oh, man.
Got a kind of Carpenter upset with himself after the extra point try.
Yeah, you know, he was playing the win. Ooh. And that's a direct hit on the schnoz there. Been a bad couple of seconds there for Carpenter.
Tom steps up, sings one toward the end zone over the head of Edelman.
You're really down bad when even your own helmet betrays you.
With Jimmy Smith in coverage, and Brady very upset. To the 20-yard line. Brady hasn't lost any competitive fire at age 39, that's for sure.
Ryan floats one. He's got Douglas. And Douglas makes the catch. Remember, this is 3rd down, and that ball moved. Let's take another look.
They called it a catch on the field. So did he actually lose possession? We'll find out now. I'm not sure he did.
After review, the ruling on the field stands. San Francisco is charged with their first timeout.
Now that one, okay. Argue with your mama. Dad's caught the ball. But this, he had no control over that ball. That was out of his hands. No control whatsoever.
Harbaugh goes crazy on the sideline. Green Bay can get the ball back.
Hold up. That was Jim. What's the other brother's name? The Harbaugh brothers. What's both of their names? One of them's Jim. What's the other one? He's with the Baltimore Ravens now. I didn't realize he was a head coach at Atlanta. I forgot. Or was he the head coach at Atlanta? I guess. Anyways, this Aaron Rodgers one is going to be good.
One first down, it's over. And I don't know how, if you're Green Bay, you come out of this game feeling. I mean, maybe there's your answer. Throwing that surface tablet is Aaron Rodgers. The play was there. Yeah, really well designed. Designed it beautifully, and you could have called them for a pick. No flag. So the play would have stood, but pressure just right back into Rodgers' face. He couldn't really see what happened out there and tried getting off of it, and then it was too late.
Choose him out. Just one time out left for Sam Fran.
I thought that one was going to be one where he would yell at Mike McCarthy, because he used to yell a lot at Mike McCarthy. Oh, yeah, thank you, CIP. Who's Jeff? I know John. Too many damn families and sports. There's Jeff. Wait, is it Jeff? No, Jim. Jim? Is it Jim and John Harbaugh? I don't know Jeff, unless it's their dad. Now you got me wanting to Google. Hold on. Let me Google real quick. Harbaugh brothers. John. I think it's John and Jim. Yeah, John and Jim. Yeah. They Michael Love, are you being sarcastic? Because they're both Jim and John. But I'm trying to think, which one was it? Jim was at Michigan, left Michigan, and is now with the Chargers. John, I guess, coached previously at the Falcons, which I forgot about all that. But now he's with Baltimore. So Jeff, Jim, John, Jacob, Jim, Jingleheimer. I was going to try to sing that. I don't think I can, though. Jeff, Jim, John, Jacob, Jingleheimer. His name is my name, too. Y'all remember that song? Jingleheimer Smith? Am I the only one that remembers that? Like, is it a nursery rhyme? Anyway. Moving on.
Watching kicker Phil Dawson warming up, he tried about a 61-yard.
G Honda, you missed the Antonio Brown part at the Steelers. CIP, what the Browns going to do about brownie stains in the pants? G Honda, that is not even a good one. What do you got against the Browns? See, when I was younger, I used to be like this. Well, I guess I kind of okay, I'm not going to lie, I kind of still am like this when it comes to Tennessee, Clemson, and Duke. But it's not that, I don't wish nothing bad on these teams. G Honda, stop with the chaotic sportsmanship. The Steelers represent chaos. Shador or Deshaun is coming to the Steelers. G Honda, you think everybody's coming to the Steelers? It's not happening. Can't have everybody. God said you can't have everybody. Insane rivalry. Really? I didn't know the Browns and the Steelers was a rivalry. All right, let's watch.
Order wasn't quite as good, but that was going to the opposite end of the field. And for my playing,
Randy Moss has 3 catches for just 23 yards.
Andre Johnson and Cortland Finnegan getting into it.
We need a QB. You got Aaron Rodgers. Why are you being greedy? I'm not gonna lie, okay? If Sanders had to go somewhere, Cowboys, Steelers, those are good options for him, I think. You know, the Browns got how many quarterbacks? They can give away somebody, right? They don't need all that. Most people don't keep that many quarterbacks on their roster that I know of. I know maybe 3, but 4 is something else. Greedy Steelers. Johnny Football. We need a future QB. Now, okay, I'll agree with you with that. But most likely you guys would get one and try to get one in the draft, I would assume. Depending on how you finish, though. If you guys do well, you're obviously not going to get the number 1 or 2 draft pick. And that's an interesting thought. I'm not muted. Am I muted? No, shows I'm talking. Can you hear me? Am I crazy? Can you guys hear me? Cool, a 1. That ain't me, Michael Love. Okay, I am heard. Because I was going to say, my speakers say that I'm speaking. But yeah, that's a good point, G Honda. You guys do need somebody in the future. I can't hear you. You're playing with me. Stop playing. You play too much. I don't like it. Because I can never tell if you're serious or if you're joking. All right.
Handoff for Ward on 3rd and 8. And Ward leaning forward. Flags.
Whoa.
Oh, there's punching now.
Yeah, Finnegan and Andre Johnson going after it. Both of the helmets were ripped off. And we may have even more action.
Oh, it's continuing. It spills over. Well, it's gotten ugly.
Year's matchup between Odell Beckham and Josh Norman with someone coming over to Odell and calming him down. I'm sitting here watching him pace up and down this sideline, but something that did happen.
I forgot Odell was with the Giants. Dang, he's been in the league for a minute. Well, he's not even in the league. I guess he's considered a free agent if he's wanting to come back. I mean, has he officially retired? Because I didn't see nothing with him retiring, so I'm assuming he stayed a free agent. I know he was with Miami Dolphins. Wasn't he? With the Miami Dolphins, if memory serves me right. Anyways. Dang. Eli Manning. This had to be close to when Eli Manning was retiring. Because then, what's his name took over? Daniel Jones? Then Daniel Jones. They did Daniel Jones dirty at the Giants, I think. I think Daniel Jones is actually a talented quarterback, but he was not in the right place. I'm telling you. The NFL is brutal. OBJ versus Josh Norman was crazy. He won an SB with the Rams. That's right, he did. I forgot about that too. Man, I'm forgetting all this stuff. I used to have a better memory with this.
In this time around, his quarterback, Eli Manning, coming over. His wide receivers coach, Adam Henry, getting in his face, grabbing him, and telling him to knock it off.
What were you saying in that instance that you were trying to be positive, that was funny? And I don't mean this to be sarcastic or pointed, but I mean, that went out on Monday Night Television. A lot of fans are talking about it right now as a big problem with this team. Can you put text what was going on at that moment? What caused it?
What Deuce and I talk about is nobody else's business.
But why was something funny when you're down 18 points in the fourth quarter?
It wasn't funny. I wasn't laughing about anything.
The camera showed you.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Fine.
Commenting about it.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm not laughing about it. You think this is funny? I take this serious.
I'm not.
Real serious. I put my heart and soul into this every single week.
All I'm saying is the camera shows.
I'm just telling you right now what I do every single week. Every single week, I put my freaking heart and soul into this. I study my off. I don't go out there and laugh. It's not funny. It's not funny to me. I don't want to go out there and get embarrassed on Monday Night Football in front of everybody.
That's why I'm asking you.
I'm telling you right now, we're talking. Deuce and I are talking.
What was the context?
I'm done. Sorry. I'm not dealing with it.
Is this what you were talking about?
Y'all, I forgot about that interview. Do you guys remember that interview? I'm going to clip that and have it saved. Because I forgot about that one. That one is good. I think I replayed that interview so many times.
Yeah, you're going to see Josh is like, you had the end cut. He was open. And Tom's like, you know what? I know he was open. You know what? I know he was open. I know it. I'm just Tom. I'm just telling you.
I'm glad it's that civilized.
Yeah,
I always wonder.
It's so nice right in those situations. When you miss something like that, you don't want to and the coach is like, man, we had the perfect play. He designed it, spent all week going over it, and then you miss it, and you're like, he's like, gotta hit it. And you're like, I know. You think I wanted to miss? He didn't want to be risky with the throw because he knew he was just a hair late.
Let's take a look. Yeah, he's just that calf grabbing again on him, Joe, and it's something that he's going to have to do. Well, he gets stepped on right at the end of that play. I didn't catch that. It looks like maybe that's what it was. Twice he gets stepped on. That's Sue.
This happened about a moment ago in the Bengals-Jags game. It looks like a standard play. A.J. Green and Jalen Ramsey, two stars on their respective sides of the football, get into a huge fight, and everybody goes at it. Now, you see the players running into it. That's A.J. Green and Jalen Ramsey at the bottom of the pile. A.J. Green throwing several punches, and I'm going to show you a replay in a moment that he tried a chokehold on Jalen Ramsey. Watch, so Ramsey will push him down.
I love when they get to commentating the fights. Like, forget commentating the game. They're going to get into commentating the fights. I love it.
Ramsey pushed down A.J. Green. Green throws him in a chokehold, rips him back down, and is throwing punches.
Here is 2nd and 15. Handoff is to Vereen, able to stay upright and picks up a first down. And there's Beckham again. What is going on? Watch the end of this play. That's not it. It's here.
G Honda, I'm here to tell you right now, they don't care. They don't care. I could say fair use. It does nothing. But y'all, you want a story, G Honda? So I fought a copy, you know what, and I won. And it was with a big machine sports. What would you call it? It wasn't a network production, media production team. But they allowed me to use their work. in one of my lives because I fought it. So I have other ones that I have to submit and do. I know for sure the NFL. I don't know if I want to do anything with the NFL. But yeah. Anyways. You won because you got that pink hat on. They saw the pink hat. CIP, let me tell you. They saw the pink hat and they thought, this girl in the pink hat means business. We don't want to mess with her. So they said, let's let her have this. We don't want no smoke with this girl. That's what they said. All right, moving on.
And they go head to head. Then Norman gets in with a knee into the for New York.
McCown, moving pocket. McCown, nothing going on that side. McCown spins away. McCown, desperation throw. And a flag down.
They're going to get Nelson for holding.
G Honda, I am 5'2". You forgot 5'2". The 2. Can't forget the 2. Right, G Honda? What you doing, CIP? What are you doing agreeing with him? CIP, you're supposed to be on my side. Was this when Brett Favre was there?
McCown just bought time, hoping something would develop. And Marcus Peters took the ball and chucked it into the stands.
So that's 3 penalties potentially on this play against the Chiefs.
He took the flag. The flag ended up in the stands.
I have never seen that before in my life. Have you? Been like conduct for this act by Marcus Peters.
Yes, Peters just hoisted the flag.
And the hat comes off because the official was out of flags.
2nd down and 19. McCoy gets the snap, throws downfield, intercepted. Dents.
The hat came off because he flew his flag to the stands. That's funny. Okay, you guys, arguing over how tall I am. 4'11", 4'12". Honestly, you guys, I probably should go get measured again because I might be shorter now. I feel like with this getting older, I feel like I might have shrunk some, but I'm still saying I'm 5'2". It's 5'2" on my license. Do they measure you when you go to the DMV? I haven't been to the DMV in a minute. Oh, you guys want to hear a story? So, back to my dad. Whenever my dad was visiting, he asked me about my license because this one time when I turned 18, I didn't realize I needed to renew my license on my 18th birthday. And I called my dad and I was like, Dad, I think my license expired. He was like, what do you mean you think your license expired? Did you look? Did you look at your license, Chelsea? So I'm looking at my license and I'm like, well, it says this date. And then my dad was like, yeah, Chelsea, your license expired. So that's that story, right? Well, whenever my dad visited, he was asking me about my license, if with my birthdays and everything. And he's like, do you need to renew them? And then I looked and I was looking at one of my old license. And I was freaking out because I thought I did it again. Oops, I did it again like Britney Spears. I thought, girl, you didn't renew your license again and now they expired. And like this was a longer period of time too. So I was like, man, I really did it this time. I had the wrong license in my hand. Thank the Lord, I had the wrong license in my hand because I looked, found my other license and I was like, okay, good. I was like, we're good. This is my actual license. That other one was just old. So I took the old one out of my wallet. But yeah, your girl thought she messed up again. And my dad's face, if you guys just, you could have seen his face. He's like, Chelsea. Anyways. And this is why my dad has gray hairs.
You big fat. That's a ball. That's a ball. Look at this, ref. Whoa, I promise you. You hear me?
Fishing with the helmet off, and he'll go to the sideline.
Looks like he's bleeding a little bit.
Yeah, he's bleeding a lot.
You got to pay for this plastic surgery, Bill. You know how this happened. I laid the guard out. I was laying him out. He gets up and like trying to hit me again. I promise you. I headbutt him with no helmet. He just looks like me like this. I'm just keeping my helmet on for the rest of the game. I look like.
Man, did you hear him say, gonna pay for my plastic surgery? See, Browns mean business. Was that the Browns? I wasn't paying attention. I know this is the Texans, right? Is it? Yeah, the Texans. Was that
psycho?
Oh, it was
to come on after that 100-yard performance in the win last Sunday. Foles going end zone, right back to Kelsey, who thought that he was interfered with in the back of the end zone. No flag. Kamara, who missed on that interception early in the game, was there on the coverage.
Kelsey saying that they turned him and hooked him away from the ball right there. That hit around the neck. He was hit before the ball arrived. Now, the official may have said that ball was too high.
I do remember that. I thought that was dirty. Kelsey, who does Kelsey remind you of? For me, I don't know. I was going to say Witten, but Witten was really good at throwing up blocks, which, I mean, I guess Kelsey is too. Your tight ends are, normally good with throwing up the blocks, or they should be throwing up the blocks and being able to catch. My favorite tight end is always going to be Jason Witten. But Kelsey's good too. I think of Taylor Swift when I see his name. I have a funny video somewhere of this guy saying, I should see if I saved it. Give me a second. I'm going to see if I saved it while this plays.
For Kelsey. Oh, Kelsey is hot. Now he's ejected from the game. He's out. There must have been some verbal confrontation. He was hot. In terms of whatever he said to the official is not warranted. And Andy Reid's not going to be happy with this.
Let's send you down to the field and Aaron Edwards.
Joe, thank you so much. Richard, let me ask you the final play. Take me through it.
Well, I'm the best corner in the game. When you try me with a sorry receiver like Crabtree, that's the result you're going to get. Don't you ever talk about me.
Okay, I just got to say that was one of my favorites. He was so heated in that interview. Like, he was cussing. This man got fined probably from the NFL after this.
Who was talking about you?
Crabtree, don't you open your mouth about the best. Or I'm going to set it for you real quick. LOB.
All right, and Joe, back over to you.
All right, well, we saw.
I get it, but Monday night.
Here's your quarterback running again, and a little extracurricular activity by Alec Ogletree, and some of the 49ers are going to let him know about it.
Everything about this, Boomer, is undisciplined on the Rams. Everything is offensive. Everything that happens in these little chippy endeavors always end up being accelerated by the Rams tonight. Late or off beat, and everyone on the field knows that something's wrong with it. Let's watch it closely here. Oh, nothing big there. Yeah, he's kind of scraped the cleat across there.
Personal foul. Defense number 99. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
See, it was like push up, no big deal, and then somebody has to do the chippy thing that gets the foul, and it's been the Rams all night.
Defense number 99. After this is in the goal. Automatic first down. Number 99 has been disqualified.
Aaron Donald ejected, and there's your night for the Rams.
If you're going to be one of the great players, you have to handle adversity. See? I mean, foolish. What is he doing? Take him by the neck? I mean, this is one of the leaders. No one works harder. No one studies harder. Nobody is more disciplined about his preparation for football. It's Jerry Light.
The worst in the NFL coming into this week. Pistol with Darius Davis, the wide receiver. Here comes Crosby. There goes Herbert. Oh, bump. There goes a flag. It's on Tillery, the ex-Charger.
Well, and they're going after him,
They
too.
are.
Okay, I'll have to find that one a different day. They destroyed the Broncos, and the SB Peyton didn't know what to do. I mean, how many Super Bowls did Peyton win? I don't think Peyton's hurting. That was epic, yeah. Okay. The video I was trying to find, I'll try to find it another time, but this guy was talking about like Travis Kelce's look before Taylor Swift and then after Taylor Swift. And the way he said it was so funny. I gotta find that video. I know I have it saved somewhere. You guys want to keep watching the fights? Because I like watching the fights. So is that one more over Mike Tomlin? Oh, wait, no. How many did, how do you say his last name? I know it's Big Ben. My streaming strength is acting up again. Anyways, how many did Big Ben get for Super Bowl wins? I know one for sure, but I can't remember the others, if he did win them. I know he lost to the Packers because I went for the Packers that year. That's actually a good thing to Google. I'm going to Google that.
So Crosby has him here, and it looks like he can get him, and then Herbert jukes him out. You see Tillery, number 90, working across the field here. Ooh. He's clearly out of bounds.
After the quarterback was out of bounds.
Yeah.
Gee, Honda, you got no room to talk. Peyton has 2. Big Ben has 2. My bad. Tomlin got 1. Yeah, I knew that Ben had 2. I knew for sure Mike had 1.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense. Number 90. That penalty is 15 yards. After this is correction, first down, and number 9's been disqualified from the game.
Holy smokes. All right, Gene, what do you think?
Got to get to the 35. Block. steps in. Lost it deep down the field. It's underthrown, and it's intercepted by Fred Warner. And he flips it up there, and now there's a penalty flag at the end of the play. It's Greenlaw who has it. Greenlaw still on his feet. Hat flies from an official.
The sideline in San Francisco is going bananas, telling them to get down.
I mean...
Yeah, but I mean, he still won it. He was still needed to win it. They got it done. Even with him hurt, they managed to get it done. The defense, I think, really won that game.
Kyle Shanahan was halfway to the numbers, and now we got to fight. I think DK Metcalf was in the middle of that, and got a lot going on here. Pete Carroll's on the field trying to separate.
So the scuffle settles down. Let's just reset it. That was a fourth down. Fred Warner with an over-the-shoulder interception. I think the penalty is because he flipped it forward here to Greenlaw, I think. And then this is how bad feelings started. Metcalf slammed Warner. Warner got him back, and then this.
Yeah, this isn't the first time with DK Metcalf now.
Yeah.
He's a competitor. He's a heck of a player. He just has a hard time controlling his emotions when the game doesn't go his way. And here's another example. Pete Carroll's had a lot of sit-downs with him over the years about this exact thing. Play. DK Metcalf gets in his face. Fred Warner grabs his face mask, and I think that's where all the flags and the scuffle started. Fred Warner doing a nice job not retaliating. Someone else is involved.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 14 of Seattle. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 2 of San Francisco. Both number 14 and number 2 are disqualified. It's first down, San Francisco.
Second and goal. Powell looking, takes off. Powell spins, stays on his feet. Kept out by McKinney. And then he crossed the plane. There is a flag.
There is a fight.
It appeared as if one of the officials ruled touchdown. McKinney with the big hit to keep him out initially.
Boy, so Howell is the one that's down. Now he's finally up. So we can get in. There's Curtis Samuel, Charles Leno, and there's everybody really getting into it. There's Cordell Flott. His helmet almost gets taken off. Him and Curtis Samuel still going at it. Now Curtis Samuel's helmet was taken off, and looks like that's who they're calling the personal fouls on. Cordell Flott, his helmet is off to the right of the screen. The officials smartly get in between both of them so they can stop. And it looks like the other guy look at number 4 and number 28. Watch how they go after each other. When it's all said and done, they're going to get thrown out. Curtis Samuel, Cordell Flott, they're going after it. Now all of a sudden you see punch thrown by Cordell Flott, and then you see helmets getting taken off both by Curtis Samuel and Flott.
He just owns them one-on-one, it seems, every week. He is an elite player.
Second down, quick throw near side. Smith again as another first down inside the 25. And Greenlaw slams him down, and that's going to be 15 more. And now tempers flare. And Nick Sirianni right in the middle of it for the Eagles.
Well, it seemed like Philadelphia needed a little spark. It seemed like they've been kind of sluggish the first couple quarters of this game, and I wonder if this is the spark. They felt like Jalen Hurts was hit out of bounds late. They didn't get the call. Now watch Trey Greenlaw He clearly picks up and suplexes Smith out of bounds. That's a penalty. And
Big Dom right there in the middle of it.
I feel like we've read a lot.
Nick Sirianni is one coach I just wouldn't want to mess with. Like, he looks like a nice guy, but he also looks like if you mess with him, he gonna say something.
A lot about Big Dom, the security here for Philadelphia. And
listen, he picks restaurants and he protects his players.
yeah, watch Drake Greenlaw, though. He kind of puts his hands in his face. Oh, yeah, oh, man. They're going to have to sort all this out. I mean, Dom put his hand in Drake Greenlaw's chest to kind of keep him away. And
so much else is returning to the Eagles.
Personal foul, number 57 of San Francisco, who has also been disqualified.
Wow. It's amazing. It would be his 10th straight to start his career. And the point after is good. This is the longest play allowed this year by the Panthers. And flags come flying in because there's some fisticuffs going on after that. Brian Burns was not too happy. We kind of woke up the crowd, didn't we?
Yeah, we got a little action.
Yeah.
It's better, very much so. It's better.
Did he say fisticuffs? Fisticuffs. What's that other word that I can't say? Tier. I say tier. I can't say it right unless I'm saying top tier. Tier. But I always want to say tier. Can you say it either or? Fisticuffs. Fisticuffs. Never heard of that. But it sounds cool. Sounds cool. Fisticuffs. So now, every time there's a fight, it can be like fisticuffs. I don't know what I'll be saying, but heck, I'm saying it.
After the play, personal foul, number 0, Carolina. Number 0 has been disqualified.
Oh, wow.
That 15-yard penalty will be assessed on the kickoff.
Well, we mentioned that Brian Burns was involved in it.
You know, I don't watch much Carolina Panthers, but I've never heard them say Carolina. Like, I'm trying to remember it just seems weird hearing them say Carolina and not Panthers. Now it's got me thinking. I do hear Dallas. I guess they do go by the name of the state. Oh, you guys know what I heard watching the preseason game of the Bengals and Washington? They were talking about the Washington Stadium, the new one that they're going to be probably building soon. So it would put them right back in the district of Washington, because right now they're not in the district of Washington. And people are like, why are they called the Washington Commanders now if they're not in Washington? That's just where the stadium was. Browns don't want no smoke. Gee, Honda, you keep talking and you're going to make me want them to beat the Steelers. I don't know. You couldn't make me want that bad, to be honest, because I do want to see Aaron Rodgers succeed. I want to see the old man get one. I do. I want to see the old man get one. I wanted it for Brett Favre. I wanted it for Peyton Manning. I wanted it for who else? Tom Brady when he was with the Bucs. Except for when Dallas played them, because that's the only time I didn't want it for him. Let's see. Who else? Any older quarterback. I always want it for them for some reason. I don't know why. I blame my dad. Okay. It goes back to my dad. I remember watching Brett Favre and my dad being so amazed. He's like, Chelsea, he's my age out there doing this. And it just got me hooked, I guess, on wanting to see the old man win.
And it's to the point where he has been disqualified for the remainder of this game. 3rd and 1.
And it will be Murray working inside for the first down. Right around the 3, it'll be 1st and goal as Thibodeau and Dion Dawkins. And then Brown extends it out with Dexter Lawrence. And we got a lot going on here. Leonard Williams adds to the melee. Flags everywhere. And even more flags back behind at the 5-yard line as they continue to go with Thibodeau away from what you were seeing. 3 separate skirmishes or 5 infractions. This was at the back end when it was going on in the end zone. This was Dawkins and Thibodeau going at it with Pinnock there in the way.
And you can see Thibodeau really kind of trying to protect himself on his back with his feet. So that's part of it.
You know what's crazy? I feel like we've seen more fights with the Giants than any other team. I'm surprised we haven't seen more from the Cowboys yet. The one that stands out in my mind is the fights over any player who tries to stand on the Dallas, Texas star for the Cowboys. Because you know that's an automatic fight. And I can't remember if Terrell Owens, one time he tried it, but he backed out from doing it. But I want to say another time he did it, and that time it started a fight.
Of it.
And then here's Lawrence with Brown.
That's going to start another one.
And then
Williams on the back end of that.
And then you see the official throw his hat. That's a second flag. He had already thrown his flag. He throws his hat. So why don't I bring in Terry here at this time? Terry. Thank you, Terry. So this is watching back from the beginning and all the way through. As it started with Dexter Lawrence taking Spencer Brown off the pile. That was something put in the rules a couple of years ago. And who knows what's been going on in the piles during
personal foul, unnecessary roughness, New York, number 97, number 99, and number 5. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, Buffalo, number 73. These fouls all offset at the dead ball spot. The result of the play, first down.
It's 5 on the offside, 15 on that one. Rasheed Rice double catches it, accelerates, gains 10 to the 35. Ball came out. Was he down? Corey Ballantyne is running back the other way for Green Bay. They're going to let this play go. There's a second flag behind the play for the fighting that was going on. Ballantyne's taking it all the way. And we got a mess to sort out here. Here at the end of the play, what was going on with Nixon and Pacheco, this is where the flag was thrown, and that was it right there. That was the pylon camera that picked that up as all the play was going the other way. Parts of the play, and they're doing that.
And the other thing is Pacheco's being walked off.
The runner was down by contact at the 35-yard line. It would be first down at that point. However, there was a personal foul with disqualification. Offense number 10. That 15-yard penalty will be enforced. It will be 1st and 10 Kansas City from the 50-yard line. Number 10 is disqualified.
It's a great explanation there from Brad Allen. Pacheco, the 110 yards should go by. And look at Bari getting in there with Nixon. So there we are. And let's make sure that the clock is right in this situation as well.
We're
just down by contact. 50. Yes. Because I thought it was 40 after touch.
All the execution and the blocking on that right side.
The extra point by Sanders, making it 27-6 in the flag. Couple. You got frustration taking over. You got hats flying. You got flags flying.
By the New York Jets. After the play was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 57. Also, we have a foul against an official, personal foul, number 72. Both of those fouls will be enforced because the second one was a foul against an official.
So the first one's on Mosley. The second one, and there's Paganelli, who needs the towel. Clemens is the guy who made contact with him. And they will settle down and we'll return after this.
One thing that's never going to change is the fights. But y'all, I'm tired. We're going to close it out because it's hitting me now. Time for me to hit the sheets. Gonna leave it on a motivational note, like I always do. So we're gonna watch a motivational video. Share my screen. Gotta watch this Nick Saban one.
And what you do, how high you jump, how fast you run, because who you are is your character. And your character is an accumulation of your thoughts, your habits, and your priorities on a day-to-day basis, because those three things determine the choices you make, and the choices you make you who you are. Good guy, bad guy, hardworking, lazy, responsible, irresponsible. And it takes a certain amount of discipline to do what you're supposed to do, when you're supposed to do it, the way it's supposed to get done. Who you are is more important than what you do. How high you jump, how fast you run, because who you are is your character. And your character is an accumulation of your thoughts, your habits, and your priorities on a day-to-day basis, because those three things determine the choices you make, and the choices you make you who you are. Good guy, bad guy, hardworking, lazy, responsible, irresponsible. And it takes a certain amount of discipline to do what you're supposed to do, when you're supposed to do it, the way it's supposed to get done. Who you are is more important.
I quote this from Nick Saban often. You guys know I'm a sucker for a good Nick Saban quote. But it's all true, whether you like him or not. What he says is true. And it applies to anybody, and not just with the sports, not just the sports thing. You can apply it to your life, because it takes discipline to do what you're supposed to do, when you're supposed to do it, and how it's supposed to be done. If you're not doing those things, you're not going to accomplish your goals. I say it all the time. And you can apply it to your work ethic. You can apply it to your content creation. Anything. You can apply it to anything. So make sure you are disciplined in doing what you're supposed to do, when you're supposed to do it, and how it's supposed to get done. Because if you don't do those things, you're not going to reach your goals and you're not going to succeed. See, G Honda, stop playing. You know that's not true. See, I'm trying to leave it on a motivational note, and then you want to say something like that. How rude. I need to make that a drop. You guys ever watch Full House? How rude. Gonna make that a drop. CIP, remind me. Remind me to make that a drop. I swear I say so many things and I'm gonna forget. I'm gonna forget all of it. I forgot to make Jaywalker a mod. I forget everything. So I really need to make that a drop. And there was something else. There was two other things I felt like I wanted to make a drop. The high pro thing. What else? He left LSU. Don't make me get into this. So what? He left LSU. Plenty of coaches leave to go on to different things. He wanted to go to the NFL, and that's what he did. He didn't like it, so he came back to college football, and it worked out for Alabama. That's all I'm going to say. I ain't mad at it. I think if Brian Kelly was to get fired, he could possibly go back to LSU to try to leave it on a good note, because he is very big on how he wants to be remembered and his legacy. And I think to redeem himself from that aspect of his career, if he had the opportunity, I think he might do it. But he's still a great coach, very respectable, obviously, and I can't say nothing bad about him. I know I'm a little bit biased, but I mean, I'm not biased to the point where I just am disingenuous to other coaches, right? Like, I'm not a Clemson fan. I can't stand Clemson, but that doesn't mean I don't respect Dabo Swinney. Not a Tennessee fan, but Josh Heupel is a really good coach. I think he's done really well at Tennessee. He's really changed the program. Who else don't I like? Duke. I don't even know the new Duke. After Coach K left, I don't even know who they got now. I know they hired the assistant that was under him for a very long time. Can't remember his name right now, but I don't like Duke basketball, but I respect the coach. Anyways, you got me distracted on that. Remember, guys, do what you're supposed to do, when you're supposed to do it, and how it's supposed to get done to accomplish the goals that you have. And with that, we are ending the live.
Follow